Hello, welcome back. In this previous video, we looked at functional interface, and we created two functional interface just to give you a glimpse on an example of what functional interface is all about. We created the greeting interface and also created the evaluate interface. Then inside of our main method, we created variables for these different interfaces, and we pretty much use these interfaces to achieve a task or two. But if you discover, just take a very good look at this code. Just to use the functional interface, we have to so much type so many lines of code. We used about 6 to 7 lines of code just to evaluate a common addition a common addition a common addition expression, just to add two values using a method. We have to use about 7 lines of code. That is quite stressful and annoying. You have to type, and that takes time. Now, with the use of lambda expression, we can reduce the lines of code, the time, with just the use of lambda expression. So let us see how to make a lambda expression. Now create another variable of type evaluate. So we are going to say evaluate. I'm going to call this variable evaluator. That's really a funny name, but let me just keep it that way, just so we can compare between the evaluator and evaluate. Now we're going to say equals. Recall that our evaluate, see the method, the signature of our evaluate takes in two parameters, two values, so we have to include a parenthesis, and we say int x, int y. Then outside the parenthesis, we use the arrow sign. We include the curly braces, and inside of the curly braces, because our interface returns a value of type int, we are going to just simply add these two values, x plus y. I'm going to say answer int answer equals x plus y, and then we can go ahead and return answer. So since it's a variable declaration statement, we also have to include our semicolon at the end. So you've seen how we reduce about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines to just 4 lines, with the use of this simple lambda expression. So we can go ahead and say int y is equal to evaluator dot add, and we can say 6,4. Then we can print out the value of y. The value of y is 1. So I will comment other print statement. Just want only the value of y to be printed in our console. So I run the program. Now you can see the value of y is 10. Change this to is the value of y is what? Is 10. That's 6 plus 4. We still have an issue right here. We still have to define int and int right here, and we still have 4 lines of code. Lambda expression can do much more than this. We can reduce this to just a single line of code. How are we going to do that? First of all, we just have a single return statement. Since our evaluate definition already defined this as a type of int, then we don't need this int anymore right here, so we're going to remove it, and we remove the other one, so we just have x and y. Now we are just returning a single statement, just the addition of these two numbers. So do we really need a block for that? Recall that I said if you just have one single statement, you don't really need a block to carry out the expression. You just need to include that statement. Now we have int answer. We can go ahead and remove int answer. We can just say return x plus y. That is it. Since we don't need the block, we have to delete the block, and then we can just take this one and put it here, and we can go ahead and also remove the return statement. So it already knows that it's going to return an int statement, an int value. So having the return statement means that we have to wrap it inside of a block, and I don't want that because I want to try and reduce the number of codes to the minimum. So if I include in a block, the error is gone, but I don't want to include it in a block, so I have to undo it, and then I'll remove the return keyword. We just have x plus y. Then remember we have int y equals to evaluator dot add 6 and 4. If I run this program, it's still going to print the value of y is equal to 10. So you see the value of y is equal to 10. So you can see how the use of lambda expression has reduced about 6 to 7 lines of code to just a single line of code. So it even goes more to say lambda can be replaced with method reference. So method reference is kind of predefined in the integer class. So if I replace with method reference, we just have this integer column sum. Then when I run the program again, you see it's still going to print out the value of y is equal to 10. So I'll leave it the way it was before. I just want this one just so you understand. Now we can do the same thing with our greeting interface. So I will create another variable of greeting, call it greeter equals to recall. Inside of our greeting method definition, we don't have any parameter going into the parentheses, so we'll just leave the parentheses empty. Then we use our arrow sign, and then we just say hello user. And then I can go ahead and say string greet user equals to greeter dot greet, and then I can go ahead and print out greet user. And when I run the code this time around, you can see clearly that hello user has been printed out. So from this place to this place is just about 8 lines of code. Now from here to here is about 17 lines of code. So you can see clearly how the lambda expression has reduced the lines of code to the barest minimum. So we have this evaluator, just one single line, and it has replaced the whole of these 5 lines of code. So there are more to lambda expression, but I'll stop here, and probably I'll be releasing a video on lambda expression in much more in-depth details in the future. Please do subscribe to the channel so that when I release that video you get notified. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace out.